Nathan Dawe started DJing at 9 and hasn't looked back. He started off with birthday parties, weddings, and pub gigs, but thanks to SoundCloud, he built a loyal following. He's had massive hits with Flowers and Lighter, and now he's releasing his latest track, collaborating with Little Mix, No Time for Tears. Nathan Dawe, it's so great to have you on the show.
Hello, how are you? Thank you for having me.
How are you doing? Because I mean, I am loving the single. What a great way to kick off 2021.
Thank you so much. Yeah, no, I'm all right. Obviously, lockdown's a bit boring now. It's getting tiring, but no, the music's keeping me going. So no, thank you very much. I'm glad you're liking them.
Yeah, well, I think that the one saving grace we have during lockdown is the arts. So I thank you, filmmakers, TV makers. That has kept us going. And I know our artists are really struggling, but I hope people realise now how important the arts actually are to keep us going.
Yeah, I think people appreciate it a lot more, especially during the pandemic, because I think it's one of the only things people can look forward to, like new releases and new content. So that keeps us driven to keep delivering. And when you see everyone appreciating it and just enjoying it, it makes things a lot easier. So as much as it would be lovely to go out and perform it, it still feels like we're entertaining the nation by putting it out. So it's great.
So how does the collaboration with Little Mix happen?
So we did the breakup song remix earlier in the year last year. So we had the connection and we got quite a few mutual friends, and we agreed like we will do a session one day last year to try and do a song, because they've not really been on this style of music before, like especially this bass heavy kind of sound. And the day came and there was no pressure, and it was myself, Jade, and we brought Em and EK along, and we didn't go in there, thinking we've got to make a tune today. It was more of a chill session, and then came out with No Time for Tears, and obviously it sounded great, and all our management were all listening back and forth and talking, and so was myself and Jade, and we were just kind of saying, this is really good, I think it needs to come out. So we just tried to find a date that works for both of us, and yeah, here we are. So it was a bit of a crazy journey. It wasn't a long process, but it felt long because there was a lot of organising that had to go along with the song. And when it was finally agreed and it was all confirmed, it was quite a relief. But I'm just glad that everyone's took to it so well.
And how does it feel to have the Little Mix fans on board? Because I was reading through some of the YouTube comments and they were all there going, come on, we need to get this to 1 million views. Like, they're really behind this song.
I think their fan base is just insane and incredible. And I've been so lucky that they've took me in, and they've got me as one of their own little mixes now, and they're very supportive. And their support doesn't go unnoticed. But I'm just glad they like it, because it was a bit nerve-wracking thinking, are their fan base going to take to this type of music? Are they going to enjoy it? And I'm just so glad that they love it as much as we do.
You teased this single last year at Aston Villa's football stadium, Villa Park. How would 9-year-old Nathan feel? Because, for those of you listening to this on radio, Nathan's actually in his Aston Villa top. So how would he feel knowing that your single is actually up on the scoreboard?
Yeah, I was mad. I mean, obviously, I've been a Villa fan my whole life. So when we asked them, can we just borrow the stadium for a night? It was a bit of a...
As you do.
Yeah. It was a bit of a long shot, but they agreed, and they put all the floodlights on and just let us. I mean, I brought a football with me just in case I was allowed to bring it on the pitch, and they were like, "Yeah, go on." So I was just kicking it around the pitch. It was amazing, and 9-year-old me thinking that would have been insane. I think it's the closest I'll ever come to feeling like a footballer.
Well, as a sports fan myself, to be able to go onto these legendary fields. Is that a career highlight for you?
100%. When I was just walking around it, kicking a ball. Now am I here?
Well, tell me, can we go back to 9-year-old Nathan? Because at 9, you knew that this is what you want to do. So when a 9-year-old tells his family, this is what I'm going to do, what is their reaction?
I think at 9, it's like, okay, that's fine. It's more so about 18 when they start worrying, I think. But I think it's weird. I've always had the kind of feeling that I'd be doing what I'm doing now, so it just feels natural to me now. But I think like any parent or family member or friend, when you're 18, 19 and not really making any money and still having this belief that you'll be successful in music, you are going to start worrying and say, you know, you thought about getting maybe a proper job. But they've always been supportive, and I think they've always realised how driven I am and kind of how much I was just going to make this happen. And as much as they wanted me to be careful and maybe have a backup plan, I think they always believed along with me that, you know, one day I'd achieve a level of success that maybe could make it a full-time job. I don't think we probably imagined it would go this well, but
how are they feeling now?
Yeah, just immensely proud, and constantly getting me to sign things and do video messages. But it's, yeah, everyone's, you know, being from such a small town as well, it's like kind of flying the flag for the town, and everyone's so supportive and happy and proud. So it's quite cool, yeah.
Do you remember the first time you actually got paid to DJ and how you felt going to that very first gig?
I do, but I mean, I used to charge my family £1 to come in the front room.
You did not?
To watch me DJ, yeah, when I was about 10. And then I would just, the very first early days were like just some birthday parties where I'd probably be getting 20 quid. So, but I remember like the first time I got like a big paycheck, and that was a bit weird. Probably in like 2015-ish. And you know, I was just like, I think it was like 500 quid for an hour.
Wow.
It was just like, I just couldn't believe it. I was like, I was used to doing like 6 hours for 80 quid, you know, on the weekend. And then it just kind of went mad. And then someone was like, do you want to DJ at my club? I was like, yeah. And they were like, how much to charge? I was like, what's your budget? You were like 500 quid? I was like, yeah, Sal, that's brilliant. And I was thinking, obviously I'll be doing the whole night. And they were like, yeah, your set time's 12 o'clock till 1 o'clock. I was thinking, what, for an hour? I was like, I thought he's got this wrong, surely he's not going to pay me that. But he did. And yeah, that's when I realised something's clearly going on here if people are willing to pay me that. So
and that's when you also realised, never tell them how much you think you want. Always ask. That was actually really smart. What's your budget? Put it back on them.
Literally.
I've spoken to a few DJs who say, you know, playing is amazing, but some of the toughest gigs they've ever played are birthday parties and weddings, because the guests, the people at these functions can be so demanding when it comes to what they want to play. What are some of the lessons that you've learnt from DJing at birthday parties and weddings that you take with you to this day?
I think they're the easiest. So I don't know what DJs say in that, but I feel like I've done that my whole life. So like, that's just, I started doing birthdays and weddings, and I think that made me such a good reader of a crowd. So, you know, I'd turn up to a birthday party and you've got 50-year-olds, 80-year-olds, 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
And, you know, from my very early days, I was having to read a crowd and work out what they're going to want at what time. And that was just kind of, you can't buy that kind of experience. And I feel like, you know, that's helped me a lot in a live situation, and also to gain such a big fan base, because whenever I'm in a live situation, I always know what to play. And that's what I feel like stands me out from the rest when I was kind of building my name up. So I think they can be a bit annoying, maybe, people asking for requests, but I'm still part of it. Like, I love it, but I feel like they were the enjoyable moments. There's a lot more pressure now when you're having to perform, and you think, usually you're going to someone's birthday party and you're thinking, it's fine, like, I'm just a DJ. But then when people are actually paying to see you, it's a bit different.
So what is that like, going to a gig? And because I always wonder, you know, when you're in the moment, it is amazing. The DJ has it right. And it's almost like we're all worshipping the person in that box. What is it like getting all that love from the people in front of you?
It's insane. I think when you're at festivals or you're at other shows, I tell myself, okay, people are here for you, but not everyone, you know, there's a load of DJs here tonight, so don't worry. That's how I deal with it. But when it's like my own headline show where it's just wobble packs and you know, there's 3,000-4,000 people there, excuse me, it does start playing on your mind, thinking, these people have bought tickets months ago, they've put it in their diaries, they're excited, and the day's here now, and you've got to perform. So it's nerve-wracking, and I think when you get through your first 2 or 3 songs, the nerves just settle, and you can just get in there and enjoy it. And I think, you know, it is a buzz. You know, there's really no feeling like it, and I've not actually had the proper opportunity to play one of my singles that I've got as big as this before. So, you know, when my last kind of show, Flowers, was just starting to break through, and I was thinking, God, like, they know all the words to JK's rap and stuff. I was thinking, this song seems to be getting quite big. And then obviously the pandemic happened, so I've not managed to experience what that feels like, but I can only imagine that's going to feel even better. You know, I'm used to playing other people's music, not my own. So to hear them singing it back will be insane, maybe in 2025 or something.
No, earlier. It's going to be earlier than that, hopefully. Hopefully by the end of this year, we can go back to... I'm no predictor, by the way, and I'm no medical person, so follow all the medical advice that's out there, but we have to have some hope. So hopefully by the end of the year, you can be back out there playing to crowds. What is the hope for you for 2021?
I think it's that. I think, you know, when I first started doing the producing side of music, my only aim was to get a top 40. And obviously we've done that now. So we've got to keep aiming higher and setting new goals. So I think a number one, obviously, would be a dream for this year or next year. And just to do some sort of UK tour, like my own tour, rather than going around playing clubs, doing my actual own headline like show. And we have got plans for that. And I'm just hoping we can get it out and start getting it on sale. And, you know, fingers crossed we can have some sort of tour or some sort of, you know, party before the end of this year, because it'd be nice.
Fingers crossed. And your dream collaboration?
Drake.
Well, let's make it happen. 2021.
I keep saying that in interviews just to put it out to the universe, and I know it's very, very far-fetched, but if you don't say it, who knows? So maybe you'll probably hear one of these interviews one day and think, yeah, all right.
Nathan, I'm all for putting it out there in the universe. Put it out there, and hopefully by the end of 2021, we're celebrating a collab with Drake and seeing you perform live.
Yes,
your own
please.
Headline your own headline gig.
Fingers crossed. I want you to come as well.
I'd love to. Nathan, thank you so much for that.
No worries. Thank you very much.